So welcome to Jumbo IS and welcome to our lecture series called Daily MCQ Practice. In this lecture series, we cover a particular day's current affairs through a set of 4 to 5 MCQs. Needless to say that this lecture series would really help you with your prelims examination, especially when you're concerned about covering current affairs for your prelims examination, because you do read current affairs, but most of you do not revise them regularly. And what better way of revising current affairs than by getting the much needed MCQ practice? Because revising through MCQs would not only help you with your revision for current affairs, it also gives you MCQ practice, which would come in really handy for your prelims examination. All right. So, needless to say that you need to make this lecture series a part of your daily routine, a daily habit of yours. Because 4 to 5 MCQs right now might seem like little effort. But these 4 to 5 MCQs would add up, add up, add up to more than 1200 MCQs by the time for your prelims examination, and ask any successful aspirant. And they tell you that 1200 MCQs from the topic of current affairs alone are more than sufficient. All right. On that note, let's begin today's discussion, starting with question number 1. Consider the following statements regarding Payment and Settlement Systems Act. It designates National Payment Corporation of India as the authority for regulating payment systems and operators in India. Violations can attract fines up to 10 lakh or twice the amount involved, whichever is higher. No entity can operate a payment system without authorization from National Payment Corporation of India. Now, the thing is, all payment systems in India, all settlement systems in India, all payment operators in India are regulated by the law of the land. And that law was enacted by the Parliament. And the name of that law is Payment and Settlement Systems of India. So, Payment and Settlement Systems of India contains provisions that regulate all payment systems and all payment operators. Okay. Now, this act actually designates or gives powers to a particular authority to implement this act. Okay. And those powers are given to RBI. So, RBI is designated as the authority for implementing this act. Okay. Regulating all the payment systems and operators. Not National Payment Corporation of India. It is RBI. Clear? Now, yes. If any payment operator is found violating any of the provisions of Payment and Settlement Systems Act, RBI, the power is with RBI, can fine that person up to 10 lakh or twice the amount involved. Okay, so let's suppose a payment operator allowed a transaction for 30 lakhs. Okay, and that transaction violated this law. Then RBI can fine up to 60 lakhs, twice the amount of the transaction involved, whichever is higher. This part is correct. No entity can operate a payment system without authorization from RBI, not NPCI. So this is also false. The answer is A. Question 2. Which of the following statements are correct regarding Axiom Mission 4? It is a private space flight to International Space Station that will carry a crew of 4 astronauts, including an Indian astronaut. ISRO astronaut Shubhanshu Shukla will become the second Indian astronaut to visit ISS after Rakesh Sharma, International Space Station basically. Axiom Mission 4 is a 14-day mission that will use SpaceX Dragon spacecraft launched by Falcon 9 rocket. Okay, so Axiom Mission 4 is basically a private space mission conducted by a space company called Axiom. Okay, Axiom Space. And this Axiom Space is basically launching 4 astronauts and taking them to International Space Station, okay, for 14 days to conduct certain experiments. Now, these 4 astronauts are different people. One of them is ISRO astronaut Shubhanshu Shukla. Shubhanshu Shukla is also an Indian Air Force pilot. Clear? So, this part is correct. Now, who was the first Indian astronaut to go to space? It was Rakesh Sharma. He went to space aboard a Russian spacecraft. Okay, and that was in 1980s. He was the first one. But back then, International Space Station was not established. So Rakesh Sharma went to space, but he didn't go to International Space Station. Okay, the first astronaut to go to International Space Station is Shubhanshu Shukla, not second, first. So this is false. And it is a 14-day mission. And the spacecraft that these 4 astronauts would use would be SpaceX, a company owned by Elon Musk. So Elon Musk's SpaceX, right, Dragon spacecraft, and the rocket to carry this spacecraft would also be provided by SpaceX, Falcon 9 rocket. This is correct. The answer is 1 and 3. A. Question 3. Which of the following statements are correct regarding ammonia pollution in water bodies? High ammonia levels can cause internal organ damage due to its corrosive properties. Ammonia reduces dissolved oxygen level in the river, harming aquatic life and degrading the river ecosystem. Water treatment plants cannot process water with ammonia levels above 1 parts per million ppm, leading to water shortages. Okay. The thing is, all these statements are correct. Okay. All these statements are. The reason why ammonia pollution was in the news was because Delhi Jal Board announced that ammonia pollution or ammonia levels in Yamuna river in and around Delhi are very high, and high ammonia levels causes these problems. So all statements are correct. Okay, the answer is D. Question 4. Consider the following statements regarding Yamuna river. So it is a rain-fed river that originates in Uttarakhand and merges with Ganga river in Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh. It is the longest river in India which does not directly flow to the sea. Sindh, Betwa, Ken rivers are Yamuna's left bank tributaries. Okay, so the thing is, Yamuna originates from Yamunotri glacier in Uttarakhand. Okay, it comes from Uttarakhand and goes through Himachal Pradesh a little bit, goes through Haryana, Delhi, UP, and merges with Ganga river at Prayagraj. Okay. Now, the thing is, it is the longest river of India that does not travel till the sea or empties out in the sea. Okay, this part is correct. Clear? And its length is quite long, around 1400 kilometers. So it is the longest river that does not drain into the sea. Clear? The thing is that Yamuna river originates from Yamunotri glacier. So it's not a rain-fed river, it's a snow-fed river. Rain-fed rivers are the rivers of peninsular India. Okay, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, all that. Snow-fed rivers are fed by glaciers like Ganga, Yamuna. Okay, statement is false. Clear? Now, Yamuna river is joined on its right bank by many rivers. These are Sindh, Betwa, Kem, Chambal. Sindh, Betwa, Kem, Chambal are its right bank tributaries. Okay, on its left bank, it is joined by various rivers. Hindan, Rind, Sengar, Varun. Okay, these are left bank tributaries. So this statement is also false. Clear? Now it was asked which of the above statements are not correct. So 1 and 3 are not correct. C. And last, but definitely not the least, consider the following statements regarding Salmonella infection called salmonellosis. It is a bacterial disease that causes gastrointestinal infection. Major cause of this disease is consumption of contaminated food. Rehydration therapies and antibiotics are the standard protocol in salmonellosis. So yes, salmonella infection is generally referred to as food infection. It affects your digestive tract, also known as gastrointestinal tract. Okay, now caused by salmonella. Salmonella is a form of bacteria. So first point is correct. The major cause is consumption of contaminated food and water. Absolutely correct. Now, when you have food infection because of salmonella, you get cramps, gastrointestinal cramps, and a lot of diarrhea. Okay. Now, diarrhea causes dehydration, loss of water from your body. So, whenever you have salmonellosis, you are given rehydration therapies like ORS salts, oral rehydration therapies. And to kill salmonella bacteria, look, bacteria are killed by antibiotics. Viruses are generally killed by antivirals. So whenever you have a viral infection, you are given antivirals. or the virus goes from your body on its own. Whenever you have bacterial infection, you are given prescribed antibiotics. So antibiotics and rehydration therapies are standard treatment protocol for this. This is also correct. All statements are correct. The answer is D. And with that, we conclude today's session. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. And please do not forget to revise this lecture from the notes provided by us. These notes are shared on our Telegram channel, and the link to our Telegram channel is provided in the comment section below. On that note, I'll be signing off. Thank you so much, everyone.